Getting into that energy was really like priceless. Getting into that core, those core feelings, that core knowing, that core insight, like noticing that about myself and about my energy and about what I actually want and about what is truly aligned is really priceless, right? And so my message to you today is to feel into what it is that you actually know. You know, what is it that you already know that you're denying? What is it that you already know deep down that you're not acknowledging, that you're not seeing, that you're not giving attention to, that you're not giving acknowledgement to? What is that part of yourself? So your feminine energy is so important. Your feelings that you feel like deep in your core, those are so important and like so critical that you pay attention to that and you feel that and you feel what you need on a really, really deep level. Okay. Hi guys, it's Arwen. So today I want to tell you a story about this house. I bought a house like, I don't know, a month ago or so, and I have had a massive amount of clarity, insight, and all the things since doing that, and now I've decided I want to sell the house. So I'm really clear on that. But one of the things that happened from doing it is that it brought up this like base energy inside of me that allowed me to be very like aware that it was there, right? Like my deep core, like feminine energy really showed up because the house was too much. The house was more than I wanted. The house was not quite in divine alignment. So there are lots of things about the house that are great, but there are things that are not quite right either, and it is not a fit. And so I wanted to talk to you all today about like being in your heart space, trusting what is right for you, ignoring what other people say, doing what you know you need to do, regardless of what everybody else around you says that you need to do, okay? So after I bought the house, started having panic attacks daily basis, which is like not something that I do, right? Like I don't have panic attacks. I'm generally like really in alignment most of the time. But like I would just like sit with the energy, notice that I couldn't regulate my breathing, breathe through it, feel the feelings that were coming up, and then I would release it, and then I would go back into my high vibe state, and then I would do the rest of my day. And I've been doing that for like 6 weeks now, right? And I've just really, really gotten massive divine clarity, especially yesterday, and that was what I wanted to talk to you about today. So, like in the midst of the panic attack and in the midst of like breathing through it, what I noticed was that I just kept feeling these feelings, and what kept going through my mind was this feeling of like, I don't want this. I don't want this. This isn't the right thing. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to do this being alone. Like buying a house without a partner, I don't actually want to do that. But I didn't know that before I bought the house. Like I know it now. So those deeper feelings of like, no, I don't want this. I don't want to do this alone. Those are really important. Those are really important. And now that I've like gotten to that like core, you know, inside of myself, which is I guess what the whole point of the house was anyway on like a higher level. It's like, thanks universe, that was great. I had a great 6 weeks. What I realize is that getting into that energy was really like priceless. Getting into that core, those core feelings, that core knowing, that core insight, like noticing that about myself and about my energy and about what I actually want and about what is truly aligned is really priceless, right? And so my message to you today is to feel into what it is that you actually know. You know, what is it that you already know that you're denying? What is it that you already know deep down that you're not acknowledging, that you're not seeing, that you're not giving attention to, that you're not giving acknowledgement to? What is that part of yourself? Okay? Just ask yourself. Just be in divine space, right? Receive divine answers. See that part of yourself, right? Like if you ended up clicking on this video, it's going to be because there is something within yourself that you need to acknowledge and you need to see. And like breathe life into that, breathe attention into that, right? And that will help you. That will allow oh, I get goosebumps as I say that. That will allow that energy to come up so you can see it and acknowledge it, because it is a very important part of you. And it's probably the part of you that you've needed this entire time. Okay? Still feel the goosebumps. It's probably that part of you that really needs to be integrated, needs to be loved, needs to be seen, needs to be held, and needs to be reintegrated in your body. Okay? And you can start that with just awareness, with just noticing, with just feeling it. Just doing that and acknowledging it allows that energy to open up, right? Allows that energy to like flow, to move forward, to integrate into your body, because you do need it. All parts of you are important. All parts of you deserve to be acknowledged. They deserve to be held. They deserve to be seen. All parts of you. Everything. Okay? It all deserves to be loved. It all deserves to be integrated. And it's okay. It's okay. Right? You can be having like panic attacks on a daily basis, like yours truly over here, but still be on the correct path. Okay? Even though I made the decision to buy the house, I don't feel like it was the wrong decision. As strange as that sounds. Even though it's thrown my whole life in upheaval, it doesn't feel like it was the wrong decision, because I have received such divine insight and such divine truth from it that I don't regret it. Because if I hadn't taken this path, if I hadn't chosen to buy the house, if I hadn't done all of that, I wouldn't have this awareness and I wouldn't have this insight. And what I'm needing to notice, what I'm needing to recognize, what I'm needing to acknowledge is that I have been ignoring my feminine energy too long, right? I think that I am acknowledging it, and I think that I am nourishing myself. And I do, to a large degree, do a lot of self-care things that I need and so forth. But there's like a level deeper to go. There's a level deeper of support that I can receive. There's a level deeper of insight, clarity that I can receive. There is a level deeper of love that I can receive. You know? And the only way to receive that is to be open to it and to be aware and acknowledge it and say yes to the universe and say yes to your angels and guides. And you all, you can always, at any time, I spend my day walking around talking to the gods all the time, okay? Because like they're my people. They're my like spirit team. Long story short, they showed up in like 2012 in my living room. They were like these 10-foot tall beings, and like they felt like Viking gods to me. It's like, okay. Of course, naturally, makes perfect sense, right? I resonate very much with Viking things. And whenever I'm like talking to some like healer person or whatever occasionally that like I don't know, and like we'll do a session and they'll be like, oh, you have a lot of like Celtic like Viking energy around you. I'm like, yeah. They follow me around. So anyway, I'm always talking to the gods all the time. Like I'll be at the grocery store, I'll be in the car, doing whatever I'm doing. I'll just be like, Unthor Freya, the gods of Naya, ask for your divine love and assistance now. And then I will talk to them and I will tell them the things. And so like, I encourage you, do that. Talk to your gods all the time. Or your angels, or your, divine spirit guides that are of the light, from the light, within the light. Like whatever you call that is like perfect for you, okay? So I am always talking to them all of the time. And as I'm talking to you, I can hear how loud this bird is. Which is hilarious to me, because earlier this morning, one of the divine insights that came through was that whenever you notice the birds, or you see the birds, especially crows, like that's a sign. That's a sign from my gods that like they're with me. It's the birds. And I'm just noticing how loud these birds are. Anyway, I feel like I've gotten off track with what I wanted to tell you. Oh, you can talk to your divine guidance, your angels and guides that are with you, your spirit team that's with you, whenever you want, all the time, all day, every day. Ask them for assistance, always, really. The more you do that, the easier things are going to be. And I've been asking for clarity. On a daily basis, I have been asking for, show me what I need to see. Show me what I need to know. Show me what needs to happen here. Show me what the next step is. Okay? And then just being open and noticing what's coming through. And then also, I write it down. In my notes on my phone, one of the notes says God's at the top. And then I write down my psychic insights that they're telling me. Because those feelings, those are different from regular thoughts, right? I want to write down the impulses from my guidance, just to keep it separate from my ego stuff, just so that I acknowledge it more, I see it more, okay? And that really is life-changing, because then you acknowledge, I'm like, oh, like this is divine guidance. And sometimes it's really simple. I just got the guidance, I need to sell that French settee that I have. Like, that's the piece of furniture I'm sitting on when I did all the card videos. Like, you know, the meanings of the tarot cards. And I've had it for years now. But like, I feel like it's time to part with it. It needs to go. I'm going to sell it at the furniture store. And several other things of furniture too I've been guided. I need to sell those. I'm like, this is a previous version of me that had this furniture. I don't need this furniture anymore. It needs to go. But anyway, my message for you today is really acknowledge that part of you that needs to be seen, needs to be heard, needs to be loved. Okay? Notice any and all guidance that comes through. Feel it. Acknowledge it. And that's enough. It's enough. You don't have to do everything today. You don't have to do everything this week. You just have to acknowledge the divine guidance in the moment. Am I recording? Oh, thank God. For a second there, I thought I didn't record. Okay. You just have to receive the divine guidance in the moment. And receive what you need to do in the moment. And then just do that, and that's all you have to do. That is all you have to do. You don't need to do anything else. Okay? Alright guys, it's good talking to you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.